being served with Mike, Defo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Once again, on the road. This time, a return to Wicked Cheesesteaks, Pizza, and Wings on Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale. And it's a place, I guess we skipped a month somehow. Brian, the schedules got a little mixed up, but that's okay. We are here. And on our usual first Thursday of the month schedule, which is a good thing. And Jeff Defo Forest, how are you? I'm trying to multitask.
You were so
I think Lubie sent me the wrong one.
I sent you two, so try
sent
the
me
second.
two.
Go
Why
with
are you
the second
confusing
one.
me?
I'm
going to get us loaded up. I am a little irritable.
You've been out of it
today.
the last 2 days. I'm not going to lie to you. And literally, yesterday might have been our best show. I hate terms like that because I enjoy every show we do. Reno was fantastic, and Deep and I are having blast, and I kept going to Mayo. It's great, right? And he looked bitter, and I'm like, what are you
bitter?
Like, this guy was amazing today. Like, what is going on with you? And he had no answer for me. So much like my wife, when she says nothing's wrong and 100% something is wrong, I've learned to just leave it alone.
What's eating you?
Until she decides to talk about it herself.
What is eating you on the
I don't want to disparage any house guests or say anything like that, but sitting in today in the peanut gallery, I've got
this nice gentleman.
One of my oldest and dearest friends, a college roommate, college buddy,
Think about
Eric.
this. He's been friends with you all this time.
I know.
Exactly.
Nonsense.
And he puts up with me, but he knows that there's some fringe benefits, namely like good food if he hangs around. Like he's like the barnacle on the wheel. The food comes trailing off.
By the way, the pizza here is, as good as any pizza place you would go to. Fantastic.
I'm going in. This is a good classic, like New York style slice.
I think it's authentic New York. I really do. I feel like I'm at Vito's over there in Merrick, Long Island. It was great.
A little bit of a chewier crust, a little bit.
Don't start with your stuff.
You and the talking.
Just finish the
Well, some
bite.
people who like the really thin style, like the New Haven or some of those like coal fire pizza.
Nobody likes
This
that.
is a good
You're the-
chewy. I like it.
I love all of them. I like all of them.
I like Brian's stuff. I mean, it's fresh out of the oven, so how could
he
you
always does
knock
that.
a fresh
My
slice,
favorite.
especially when this is our amuse-bouche today.
But
like an
you
appetizer.
would like it because it's got the Mayo test, the acid test, litmus test, a little bit of crunch to it.
It's
Yes,
got a
it
little
does have some
crunch.
to it. Yep,
And
yep.
what I also like is,
does
unlike
bend.
you, I don't like when the rivulets of the oil and the grease are dripping down and staining my shirt and drill on my chin.
Jim
and all
Morrison wrote a song about that. People are strange.
Exactly.
And I think he might have. Well, you weren't even born yet. You had to be a
That
young
was
Mayo at
alive.
that point. Yeah.
I was alive, and it's funny you bring up like nostalgic music because Eric last night we were over at the Hard Rock. A friend of his invited him to go. Chicago was in concert.
Oh,
Do you know
that's
Chicago?
Show,
the
yeah,
real
yeah.
Chicago.
They can play, man. That guy Pankow with the
Oh, that's
trombone
amazing.
man.
They're still playing.
What is it, Robert Pankow?
Well,
He's good.
I had an offer to go with them and join him and his friends, but of course I opted for the poker room and the poker tables, and I took a bad beat.
$400 later.
No, just 200.
oh,
But it
just-
was one of those nights where it was very frustrating, and that's probably also why I'm a little bit irritable today. But
triggered your bitterness.
Yeah, it feels like they do
yeah.
linger whenever you have.
You're one of
like,
those degenerate gamblers that if you lose, we all know about the next day.
no, okay.
You were riding a high.
I was riding a high, and then it got crushed. But good things happened in the aftermath of that. Well, first of all, he went. I just find it, I don't know, and I guess it's my ageism rearing its ugly head, but seeing like a rock band of like, they're not even all there anymore. Half of them dropped out. Half of them dropped out, but to see like a band in their 70s just traipsing around the stage.
You're
Like,
so bitter.
they're not trying
You're
to
so
dance.
cynical. I mean, I saw them at the Hard Rock a while back, a couple of years ago, Chicago, and I was a big fan. Naturally, when I first arrived there on the scene in Syracuse, they were very popular. So you heard this blasting from every room and every dormitory.
I think Lubie's humming 25 or 60.
They're just as good of a show as they would have been back then. I mean, they don't have a couple of the originals, but nonetheless, really a tight band. Great.
Well, he was saying whoever is now replaced the original singer, lead vocalist.
Is that Terry Caff? This guy's name?
He's gone, but they
Peter
got
Cetera.
Peter Cetera. Oh yeah, he was.
They got somebody who replaces him, who like It sounds exactly like him.
Yeah.
There must be a cookie cutter factory in the Philippines. Because didn't somebody else come from the Philippines? Well, I don't know. I'm making things up now,
I
but
know Pacquiao, but other than that, I don't know.
no singers like somebody replaced somebody from Aerosmith or somebody that was from the Philippines.
AC/DC, they
AC/DC,
replaced
that was
the main guy early on in AC/DC.
Yeah, you've seen that before, though. I mean, it's Sammy Hagar, right? Didn't
right.
he,
Well, that's
yeah.
a different
he
kind
got
of story.
going in that fashion, although he already had a little bit of a career fashioned out there. Became a restaurant mogul also.
Sammy did?
Sammy Hagar.
What
yeah.
is he known for?
He's got
Chicken and ribs?
Mexican places.
The places.
I wouldn't peg him for having a
Yeah,
Mexican
no, and
empire.
they're good too. I mean, he has them actually in some casino sites.
Now,
so
Danny
that's how I came
Trejo,
across
I
him.
understand. You know, he's the
Trejo's great.
We love Trey. We've actually talked to him a bunch of times.
he's a
He's fun.
consummate character actor.
He's fun.
Ultimate villain, scary
But
guy.
he looks like the scariest dude, but he's a really
Yeah.
sweet guy.
But I think he also opened up some sort of chain of Mexican
He used to,
taquerias and things like that. Yeah.
Used to come on and analyze boxing for us.
Really?
And we were on terrestrial radio at the time, so swear words obviously were to be edited out.
Yeah, he would fit here because he cursed a lot.
Well, I'm on-
You had to make sure none of them hit the airwaves, and the first thing he would say is, like,
Hello.
a couple of 4-letter words. And then that was like, yeah, thanks, Danny. It was great having you on the show. I thought you were terrific in heat.
Well, I'm on the celestial airwaves now because I'm in outer space most of the week. I don't know
You've been
why.
gone. Yeah, no, I don't understand it. I came over you this week.
THC.
It's probably the glaze. That would be admirable.
No, I've been
and good
doing.
for a food guy.
I've been going out to eat a lot, some drinks, cocktails, this and that. It's just kind of weighing me down. And you know what? I should be energized because I'm going out. I'm taking my morning walks, and I'm in my walk of
Looking
life.
good,
That's
man.
my-
All
You
right,
do
see
look good
already.
that way. Yeah.
People seem to be coming up to me and saying, "Oh, look, you're looking good."
Yeah, you're
and,
losing weight.
you're
You're
fighting
returning
shape."
to the old Mayo.
Okay, well, hopefully the old Mayo won't include the grumpy old Mayo, but
I don't think you can dodge it. Sometimes you have a personality thing that just
You're just
a
bitter.
defect.
It's just
you're
Were
trying
you
your
gonna say
best
a
to weed
defect?
it out of the arsenal, and it just keeps popping up.
So anyway, we were talking about Chicago, and they packed the house last night. They must have sent out a lot of freebie tickets, but it did. It was a very lively scene there last night. But then we were talking about how he recognized so many of the songs, and I was like, yeah, because Chicago's Greatest Hits, that's like an album that everybody had. And
they
then
had a double album, like their second album. What they have, like
well, they
double
had
albums
Greatest
all
Hits
along,
at
yeah.
1 and 2, and then they packaged it up. And then he brought back a flashback about how he got the Chicago Greatest Hits from the Columbia House. Send in a penny.
Columbia House. Remember Columbia
Send a penny
That
and
was the
get
biggest ripoff.
13 albums. Do you remember those days? And
Oh,
do you remember?
yeah, it was great.
I would order those when I was a kid, and
It was a ripoff though, because it was like the gym where like after that first set, it's like $5 a month, and then you forget you even had the thing,
Yes.
and they have you do it for like 25 years at like $10 a month. I remember a lot of people bitching about that because it was like the gym when you try to cancel it, they sent you like 5 different people where you just said screw it and said, oh whatever, it's $60 a
Steve
year.
Delgado, I think, was behind that, which he might run for president now if you're, real estate mogul of some kind of fraudulent nature. By the way, a gentleman across from us has a cheesesteak.
yeah.
God.
Oh,
Look
he's.
I mean, is that
Ooh,
double
he just
meat?
did
What
a,
is
he
I was
did a
gonna
mayo
say,
bite. I
is it
like
that
that.
big?
Not
I
to
don't remember anything
critique
that big.
people
That's
who
their
are eating
regular
their lunch.
cheesesteak here. That's
That
incredible.
is, that's a hefty thing. We are going to be getting some food. Brian is preparing.
Are you going to come around and
cheesesteak.
actually try a cheesesteak here? You're not
He's
a big
bringing-
cheesesteak.
I-
We're getting a
eat the
cheesesteak today. He's
We're
bringing
getting the cheesesteak
Brian
deluxe,
special
the
is what he
one that he
calls it.
puts a little pepperoni in and some of the other stuff. He
garlic.
kind of jazzes it up a little bit. I'm fine. We're gonna have some lobster rolls because Bonnie and Eric are in the
Is
lobster.
that a regular
mood.
cheesesteak?
Is he got?
Is that double meat on that cheesesteak?
That's just a
He's got
standard
a regular
cheesesteak.
steak
Oh, my
cheesesteak.
That's
We're
a 2-in-1. Good for
We
Look
are-
Brian.
at the size of it.
Wow, that's
talking
amazing.
about me
That-
being Barry
that's
Sheck.
amazing.
You're like cross-examining the patrons
No, because
here.
I can't believe
That was
how the size of
fantastic.
it.
Yeah, it was
It's
huge.
unbelievable, man. It's like a Mayo bite requirement.
Yeah, give him
needed
credit.
there.
It was good.
Just
It was
to
very
take a normal
impressive.
bite.
So, hey, let's do a little post-game analysis.
Give him the
A
chopsticks.
lot of good feedback from yesterday's show at Heritage with
Did you book them
one
for a
Reno
regular spot?
Serbone. Well, I'm afraid that Food Network's going to gobble him up. The guy
That's fine.
could
I'm
be
all for the guy going into
next
bigger
big
better things.
Food Network star. I mean, he has got such a personality, and he has
When his food's spectacular.
His food is spectacular. You can tell he's passionate about that. He explains the food well, but not only that, he tends to have some opinions.
Yes.
Heritage is a place where you can find filtered water and an unfiltered chef.
He's exactly what you would want to be if you could really let it fly on, let's say, South Florida.
He has,
it's Mayo Trade.
It is like
he was speaking vicariously for you.
The way I always have to civilly respond to people and broker disputes.
Did you call for a manager to come out? Did you ask him if he was interested in changing that steak?
He's like, your wife sucks. You think the food sucks? Your wife sucks.
Like, he just came right out and said, you flat out suck, man. You're a lousy customer. Don't come back. Don't come back.
He's like, you get 1 star.
He took the attack in reverse, and it works for him. I tell you what, the good food there was going to sell itself.
Yeah.
And it's a small place, so there's always going to be, hot demand to get a reservation there or a seat, but well worth it. And I had the stuff later on. Lubie left me like the slightest morsel of the bouillabaisse. Yeah. And and did you see Lubie's box? Lubie's box.
I didn't eat yesterday. You guys realize that, right? Like I watch you guys eating.
To-go box. Oh, that's right.
I don't eat when you guys eat, so my eating is later, as Mayo tried to describe. Yeah.
Anyway, so I had like 1 spoonful of this, and I put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and it was knockout delicious.
You put the spoon in the microwave? That would make it explode.
Okay. Come on, Mayo. You're not that far gone.
Yeah, I am. I'm out of it. All right. So, and then you taste it.
It was delicious. I mean, absolutely a taste sensation.
It's a flavor explosion. He knows what he's doing. And people who go in there and call the food tasteless or mediocre, I don't understand that. I mean, yes, food is subjective and not every place is for everybody. But how can anybody with a palate go in there and say that the food was in any way dull? I mean, everything
was amazing.
Stuffed pepper thing, that was great.
Oh, what a great dish. I was showing a picture of that to Brian here because I explained, he was interested in what we had over there, and that long, it's not even a hot pepper, but it's a long sweet pepper.
It was, it's some kind of meat and cheese or whatever.
It's a ground Wagyu beef that he sears and chops up along with, he said, regular rice, not the the rice that they use in the risottos, which tends to be a little bit sticky. He says he likes the regular rice because it clings to some of the things better, and he's with Parmesan cheese and a little bit of
that was fantastic.
I don't know, he must throw in some garlic and herbs and with the beef and the and peas, I think he said was in there too.
It was innovative, creative, as were all of the dishes. And it wasn't stuff that you'll find anywhere else.
No, he puts
done in the same way. I mean, you can go to a lot of Italian restaurants. You might order a chicken parmesan. Okay, some are better than others, but they're all about the same.
Yeah.
This was a real departure from stuff that you would find anywhere else, which is always what makes a restaurant great, especially if it really is, tasty. And people love that performance. Did you ask him to come on as a regular on the show?
Well, I don't want to overextend anything, but
he loved it.
He offered.
No, we.
Why are you reluctant? Are you worried you're going to lose the position?
Yeah, I'm going to lose my own show to him because somebody's come along.
It's a Mayo show. So what have you got a guy on there that?
No, it's good.
He's too busy to do that.
He's very busy.
Don't be afraid of greenness.
He still has his musical endeavor, even though he said he's really not spending much time going on the road. He still does some stuff with the band, and no, I mean, we've already made arrangements. I said we're going to have to do a reprise, a
rotation.
Sheldon G loved it so much, and he said that his wife even watched the show.
Oh yeah, people were sending it
out
and about and saying you got to check out what this guy says about that, which is, I mean, it's great, and like he says, it works. As you would think that it's, it'd be off-putting to a lot of people, that it would turn people away and scare them from even coming in if they think they might.
But he wasn't a guy that had a bad attitude about it.
No, he's not like a soup Nazi. No. He's very accommodating. He's like, you could have things your way there. You can you can say, hey, this is not done to my liking, and he'll make it right. He says, if you got 10 minutes, I'll fire up another pizza. Yeah. But he says the days, and this was the key takeaway. Is
what was on that pizza, by the way? Mushrooms and
mushrooms and some kind of a truffle. Is it
mushroom with the truffle oil and some of the white cheeses.
Wow, it's very good.
No red sauce on that fungi mushroom really pie. Good. But the takeaway from yesterday was we've got to stop being in the ass kissing business. And he says too many people who have restaurants and stores are so afraid
you're
of getting
scared.
bad reviews.
Yes.
They try to kiss up to anybody who might leave a 1-star and basically try to do a blackmail thing. Oh, here, take this for free and upgrade my rating to 5. He's like, nah, forget about it.
Very people
He goes,
you
if you
love.
don't like it, you're going to give me 1 star. I'm going to rate you. He turns the tables, like
Good
you
for
said.
him.
He rates his customers.
love
He
it.
gives 1 star, and
Good
he'll
Uber does.
insult you. He's the Don Rickles of.
He was
of
good though. At least
chefs.
he never gave anybody 0 stars. As lame as their contention was about their service and treatment at the place, but it was great, Mike Mayo. I mean, you had been bragging about this place for a while.
Yeah,
Bonnie was
spot
sitting with
on.
us.
Well,
She loves it, and
Spot on.
I would definitely go back. Very much like the discovery of Union Kitchen.
Yes,
and Bar
I plan on
was.
going
Yeah.
back with my wife. I already told her that yesterday.
Well, I'm good for a couple of things. One is, eating, and I could unearth some, gems that are around
nobody
town.
does that you know your stuff. I mean, it's sometimes the presentation. And,
Meanwhile, it's filling up here at Wicked Cheesesteaks, and again, we're at
and
4826.
two very sharp young
North-
ladies are doing the pizza here, just like we are. And this is trying to hold
4826.
back.
4826 North Federal Highway, right across from Holy Cross Hospital, just south of Commercial.
Yes, just south of Commercial on the east side.
It's a great place
On
for
US one.
lunch. It's a great place to stock up for football games.
Oh,
now
yeah,
that
this
it's
would be
football
great
season.
for a
Look at
football
this.
game,
It's
yeah.
Pie Thursday.
Yeah,
and
you
they
get
have
your
a football
pies.
game tonight.
Yeah, Thursday night football. Come
What is
in,
that?
get a
Is
couple
Is
of
that all
pies.
day long? Wow.
Well, he does his
pizza for
cheese
$10?
pizzas.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
it's a great deal. He also has his lunch specials where you get 2 slices and a drink for
Which is great. The
$6.99.
slices are huge.
The menu here is wide ranging. He's got cheesesteaks. He's got other subs.
How's the
chicken
mayo
parm.
sandwich, though?
This
Is it still on the
quesadillas.
menu, or did
It's
they
still on the
finally take
menu.
number down?
It's
Yeah.
just supply issues now that things have tapered off, so it's not available today. It's only you
Oh,
have
it
to
takes
call
days.
ahead
Okay.
to see if he's roasted up any of the pork. I'm not going to take it as a personal
No.
repudiation. It's just one of those things. It takes a lot of labor, and once you prepare one of those, you got to sell them pretty, in the next
Yeah.
4 days. So I think he does it on the weekends sometimes now.
Best
So-
hot sauce I've had in a place that individualized its hot sauce.
Yeah.
Is the Wicked Cheesesteak habanero hot sauce. Unbelievable. Both of these are fantastic.
Here, should I put it on my pizza?
You could, yeah. I mean,
That's something
I
that you
tell you
wouldn't,
what,
you
I've been
wouldn't
putting it on.
ordinarily put.
I've been
hot
putting it
sauce
on cream cheese. That's how good it is.
That's
Whatever.
All good.
There's our man,
Vegas
Vegas
Steve.
Steve.
Vegas
Oh,
Steve is in
the
the house. We
moly.
got
Could
Got a
open a
packed
casino
house.
here
Look
with
at
these
that.
degenerates that are in this place
Got
today.
a
It's
packed
great.
house. Look at that. Mayo takes one of his famous bites.
Yeah, now out of commission for the next. Hey, what kind of
Nothing
soda?
stops you. Yeah,
What, we've got the big root beer.
I got the Dr. Brown's
collection.
Diet
one's great.
Black Cherry, which is
I don't think I've had this
standard,
before.
yeah.
Brownie caramel cream root beer. I love the root beers.
Where's that from?
You always ask where it's from. I don't know where
Oh.
it's from, to be brutally honest. I don't think it. This is fun radio, by the way.
I know how to stop a show.
Mocha Lateo, Washington.
you're-
A Washington root beer.
Washington
That's
State.
pretty cool. Yeah, Washington State.
I don't usually
I didn't know
associate
they-
my
that-
root
that's
beers.
good.
This one you would appreciate,
Where's
Defo.
that from?
This is a
Bowels of
doc-
Brooklyn. Yeah.
Dr. Brown's draft style root beer. Have you
Oh,
ever
nice.
heard of
have
Dr.
to try
Brown's
that.
draft style? It comes out of a tap.
I would
Good
think so.
take.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff. Dr. Brown's, I think, is one of the best
No, it's solid.
of sodas that are popular but aren't in the genuine mainstream like Pepsi and Coke.
It makes you
and
think
stuff
of like
that.
old school deli / diner. That's what I think
it's,
of with Dr. Brown's.
It's good stuff.
Place is filling up, man.
It is. I mean,
I feel bad we're taking up this
We
many
may have to
tables.
give up the table.
I think we should give up the table. It's
I feel super
getting-
bad.
Brian, you want us out of here? You got a lot of customers here today.
Oh, that's cool. You made it like
Okay.
for us.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
little lobster roll. All right.
Nice.
All good.
That works.
And again, Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day this time of year now, and heading into the winter, I guess you call it the regular
The season,
season.
my
the
friend.
season,
It's the season.
especially
All
out
people
east.
in the industry.
Especially out east. Out east,
can't
the
wait for
season
it
is a
to
big
start,
deal for you
yeah.
guys. Out west,
And
it's sort of the same thing all year.
Oh, speaking of seasons, no mole season
Yeah,
for the
Miami
Marlins. That was what a playoff run that was.
That was a
It's
disaster.
2
unfortunate.
days.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's baseball.
Over in less than like 20 is like 30 hours of
They weren't
action.
the only team that went out in 2
Like
games.
every
mean,
team
I
went
think
out.
everyone went out.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
they were all ended. No baseball today. No game today, as the sign used to say. But I applaud the season they had. It was a lot of fun. And you make it one year. It's kind of like crawling before you can walk, and we'll see if they can extend on that and capitalize on that.
Well, it was
Do something significant next year.
but it was supposed to be the year of the Magic Ride continuing
Well,
for the South Florida.
Well, we haven't
teams.
won anything though.
Well, they
man.
made it.
Yeah.
We
I guess that's
haven't.
for
They
the
made it.
Marlins. That's the
Actually,
thing.
so
the Marlins
we've-
making the playoffs is like a big
We've
thing.
got now a playoff streak going where the Dolphins made the playoffs last
They did.
season, And then, of course, we had,
Final
UM and
Fours.
FAU make the Final Four in the NCAA tournament.
Mhm.
We have the Heat and the Panthers making the
Deep
playoffs
runs, yep.
and going
They made
into
the
their
finals, yeah.
finals. And now we have the Marlins making the playoffs. So now the baton has been passed
To
to
the
the
Dolphins.
Dolphins once again.
Yep.
And this year, the question is, can they just, besides making the playoffs, actually make a
Win
run
a
in
game.
the playoffs?
Man, they haven't won a playoff game in over 20
We'll
years.
see. Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's early in the year yet. People forget that, and it's almost like the preseason has just been completed after month number 1 because they don't have a preseason essentially anymore. Where
really.
people
No,
play.
they just
So,
come off the bench, and that's
yeah,
it.
and quarter of the way through the year, you're looking pretty good. You have some things obviously that you need to fix.
Here's my favorite trivia question: who was the last quarterback to lead the Dolphins to a playoff victory?
I'll let him answer because he says it in a way that only he says it.
Who's that?
Lamar Smith
Jay
was.
Fiedler?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
Yes.
I was there that day. I like Jay Fiedler a lot. I mean, Jay Fiedler is unfortunately thought of as being another in a long line of lousy Dolphin quarterbacks. But
He's better than the garbage they had.
yeah, he was all right. He came to the Dolphins. He was injured. His last game, I guess, or he came in with a shoulder injury, and I don't know that he was ever really the same after that. But
Dartmouth. He's an Ivy League guy.
He is definitely.
he was a
a dude.
decathlete also, which
And-
we were talking about that today. Were you any good at gymnastics?
No,
We were trying to
I have
picture
no
you
balance.
on the high bar doing
Is
some of
there any
those.
person
I have
of
no
the
upper
Jewish
body
persuasion?
strength and no balance. So basically, gymnastics would be my worst freaking nightmare.
We were trying to picture you on the parallel
Climbing the
bars.
rope.
Oh, the
The
rope.
rope.
Forget about it.
Yeah,
Parallel
no way.
bars, forget it. Even and the horse or the pommel. I don't
Bottom
know how
horse,
anybody
horse,
does
yeah,
that.
Joke, yeah.
I couldn't do any of them.
You would
But-
always bang your knee on the little handle, and then that was the
Oh,
end.
I would,
didn't do
I
any
would,
of them.
I would scrape parts of my body when trying to do the pivot there. That's not good.
Yeah.
Jay Fiedler, by the way, my link to him. His dad ran
He was a coach, yeah.
His dad was he ran a summer camp up in Pennsylvania, and one of my cousins was a counselor and became good friends with Ken Fiedler. So
Good people. I mean,
so
both
much
very
so
nice people, yeah.
when I was actually, still a sports writer and Jay was the quarterback, I would use Ken as my conduit to find out information, some inside. He was
Oh,
one of my
that's good of you,
sources
man.
back in the day. So
Can I do one? Jay Fiedler.
Yeah, that's why I had left it for you to
People
say.
used
it.
to, they used to call the talk shows all the time, and you would get some old Jewish woman calling from Century Village. You go, "Can the Dolphins win with Jay Fiedler?"
and the answer was maybe
No.
one playoff game.
He's a good guy. How can I sit
They
here
would
on
always
here
say
and
he's a
knock the
good
guy?
It was like the Juan set.
It was all the Joey fans. Once Joey retired from Highlight, they
Yeah.
hopped on the Jay Fiedler bandwagon.
Remember when they had
Everybody
it?
in Century City and Winmore and
They
whatnot.
had Alberto VO5, man. I'll never
Lobster
forget it. At,
Lobster roll. Oh yeah,
at,
I'll do
I
that.
thought you
Danger
were gonna take
Highway.
the middle one. That's like the
They were
most
giving
fun.
out the blue
Mm,
coloring
Defo
that
take
the
the
ladies
middle one.
like there.
We've got a lobster
take
roll
the
here,
middle one.
gentlemen.
You
They
use
have
for lobster.
again. This is not
Grabbing his piece, too.
prepackaged
No, no.
cryovac
I thought you
lobster
gave
that
us
you
small-
find at some of those
Mayo's
food trucks.
so disgusting that instead of giving us the normal lobster roll, he actually made it where Mayo can't
Wasn't that nice?
disgustify
Yeah.
this one, where even a Mayo bite looks almost humane and classy because he just gave us a nice,
I'd like that
simple one.
people are taking steps to combat Mayo.
I love this. He's never made it like this ever.
It's like I'm like that rookie that goes around the league and they don't have a book on them. But as soon as I start making my second, third trip
There
through
you go.
the
Start
restaurant,
All of a
attacking
sudden,
you.
they're hitting 198.
they got the scouting book on me.
your
they-
Kyle
they-
Schwarber without the home runs.
That's it.
Very good. So, yeah,
those are
no, they do
tasty.
a great job on this lobster roll.
Well, again, there's certain popular food trucks that are nationally known cousins. All their stuff is a product that comes out of
it's not real lobster.
well, it's real lobster. It's
Right.
It's
just
not fresh. That
it's
like
just
day, right?
sealed up and packaged and put in these cryovac things. Months ago that they freeze and then they defrost and they put them on
This
a
is
line
delicious,
and it
by the way.
loses
Wow.
its life that way. Brian gets his fresh,
Well, and
full
look at the chunks, bro.
whole lobsters. He steams them up every morning. He has a guy that peels out the shells and has the meat and a pile of meat, and then they dice it up and they mix it with their special seasonings and the
But
mayonnaise.
it's not overdone. You
No.
really taste the lobster.
It's
and
Maine
the
style. He's from Maine, and
bites are huge. I mean, it's
Yeah.
great.
It's not a lobster salad. It's lobster.
no, it's chunks of lobster that are lightly dressed in mayonnaise, and that's the main style. It's very simple, just a little bit of mayonnaise, and sometimes they put maybe a dash of salt or celery salt, or and then but they just put it
You
in
should
that
be
split
flying out the door.
top rolls, and I think
Well,
it's
the price is like-
reasonable. I think it's
well,
$19.99
It's a lot
for
bigger
a
than what
regular.
he makes.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
this thing. It's like
I mean,
$19.
yeah, $19.99 for a real freshly made lobster roll.
It's a nice size.
It's a deal.
You know, he knows the bread aspect of it because he's a fan of the lobster roll, and his wife made him one, and he's a baker, and I think they have the perfectly toasted bun around this lobster roll.
It's the split top hot dog bun, which is used in New England for hot dogs and lobster rolls. The split top, of course, is the one that it's
he's 2 for 2.
It's not the sidewinder; it's the split top, and it's a New England thing. Went to school in New England. You know that.
Well, we know that, yeah.
Well aware there, Mr. New England.
Weren't you in the London School of Finance, though?
No,
I mean, how did you end up as a
economics.
degenerate
London
guy?
School of
I
Economics,
spent a semester
sure
the
he
London
reminds
School
us.
of Economics and Political Science. And did you know Jason Cole went to
Yeah, but Jason Cole, he's eloquent.
Comes across as a
I
sharp
expect it from him. We then watch you eat. So then it sort of discredits everything because you said very eloquent things. When we read your reviews, they're like, wow, look at this guy.
When I stick
Who is
to
this
writing,
guy? And then you eat a bite like you did yesterday in front of Reno, and I was sick to my stomach, and I.
what did he say?
repulsive, I think was the word.
No, I think he called me an anaconda, right? I think
you thought you were going to choke.
shocked and surprised in all kinds of ways, which is good because
you have blown away many an outstanding and accomplished restaurateur with the Mayo One Bite, and I think it exceeds anything that Portnoy does with the pizza.
Oh, no.
Look how largely influential he is. You know.
Well, if I could ever get to 100th of what he does, then we'll be in good shape. But again, everybody's got to be themselves. Reno is himself.
Yes.
You're you. I'm me. And how's that for philosophy?
Wow, there you go, man.
Mr.
Can we take a break on that?
I think I better take a break. Maybe a long break. Maybe I'll see you guys on Monday and let you guys carry the rest of the show. Hey, let's just put in the good word for Thursday. Well, actually, let's welcome again our new sponsors from Rappaport's Restaurant Group, because we're going to be doing a couple of shows at Rappaport's places that he has now.
They're going to get sick of us.
Later this
at
month.
their places a lot.
Oh, that's okay. Later this month, we'll be going to, I believe, Max's Grill in Boca Raton, which has been there over 30 years. We're talking about that with Reno yesterday. He's like, because he remembers when it first opened, and he was like a kid.
Yep.
And he would go with his dad and his family to Max's Grill there, which, again, is a classic contemporary American bistro that has great food in a casual setting. They have things like well, they do a dry-aged steak program, and they have a sushi bar now, but then they have the classics like the burgers and some of those.
And the salads were interesting.
The salads were interesting. They have a grilled salmon dish
really
that is
nice,
very, very popular. They have a radiatore pasta, and they have it's a sun-dried tomato hummus that's served with the Parmesan breadsticks.
That's interesting.
And that is one of the big popular sellers there.
Nice.
So we'll be in at Max's Grill later this month. We'll also be making a return visit to Deck 84.
Oh, that was where we started our first time out with
And
Rapaport.
we'll be revisiting them, and that's right on the Intracoastal and Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach. And they are revamping a menu. They're going to be introducing a new menu. I think they might even have a new executive chef there. So we're going to get to sit down and talk with him later this month. All those Rapaport restaurants, including Prezzo, which is in Boca Raton and Palm Beach Gardens, and Burton Max's, which is on West Atlantic, west of the Turnpike in Delray, where our friend Buddha works. They have that great farmhouse burger. But all of them have all kinds of great deals, happy hours, and wine discounts. You just go onto the Rapaport Restaurant Group website or the individual websites, deck84.com, burtonmaxes.com, maxesgrill.com, and you check out all the good particulars. It's great stuff, and we're looking forward to getting in there and exploring more about their menus and great offerings.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we made the whole circuit already, at least one time. Yeah, I guess we went to each place once.
We have.
And, all great. I mean, terrific selections. Max's Grill is really a classic there, Meisner Park. And as we were talking about yesterday, I mean, was there pretty much from the beginning. And a lot of places have,
and now
that good places
gone by the wayside.
Now that we've made a circuit around all four, they have a book on me. So I'm sure the next time they will be cutting up that burger into little bites.
Yeah, I mean, the time that was the most embarrassing was when your daughter was there.
Yes, the burger. That's when he ate the burger in front of his daughter, and she was disgusted.
It's not even even like she, gets
Thank God
embarrassed
Bert
anymore.
wasn't
She
there that
just
day.
totally ignores and rolls her eyes, just like her mother.
Do
So
you like that when you're just going out to dinner with her? Because you go to a lot of nice places with your daughter.
sometimes
All
it
right.
depends how hungry I am.
Anyway, you can't go wrong. Any of the Bert Rappaport
No.
restaurants. The man is a legend, and he's just a mensch too. So check it out. And we had nothing but high quality stuff. It's all reasonably priced and a wide variety. I mean, all four places very distinct. So and in their menu items too. So great place. Bert Rappaport's restaurants, absolutely fantastic. All right, more of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. The lobster roll.
Great.
Was as good as any I've had.
was
I
great.
would have to say. At
Fresh
20
lobster.
bucks,
He
that's an
steams them all
unbelievable
fresh.
deal here with Brian. I'm trying to avoid eating a whole pizza because I know he's going
There's
to
a lot coming in.
I saved some of it.
immerse us into
I pounded it.
That's
other
I
food coma
enjoyed
type of situations here. And if we get one of those cheesesteaks that looks anything like the one
got that first bite. It really was looking like looking at my doppelganger. And I got to tell you, it wasn't a pretty sight.
No.
But he was
wild.
enjoying it, so that was great.
All right. Now more coming up. Mike Mayo's Lunchbox from Wicked Cheesesteaks right here in Fort Lauderdale.
People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Speaking of Tropical Acres, I was in there earlier this week, and I got one of those $39 twin lobster specials. It's ongoing for another month from Defo. You can't, talk about lobster rolls here. You get it for $19.99. Great lunch deal on lobster. And then over at Tropical Acres, that $39 for the twins with a salad and side dish. I really enjoyed that. That was Monday night after I got bounced from the poker tournament at the Hard Rock. Last night after I got bounced from the poker tournament, I ended up checking out a place that I had seen on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group.
Okay.
About a month or so ago, somebody posted a picture of a cast iron seared New York prime strip sirloin steak from Vignetos in Plantation.
This lady was just, Lisa was just bringing up, don't talk about them. They're already too crowded. They're my local joint. So do not talk about them.
A month ago, this member of the group.
Where's this? Because there was a Plantation one and a Weston one. And we always went to the Weston one.
The Weston one is a different owner and operator.
We love the Weston one.
Apparently, this one is on University Drive, just north of 595. It's in that little plaza that it's right by a McDonald's. If you turn right past the McDonald's, it's in back there. There's a couple of other things, but I went in there. It was about almost 8:30, and they close at 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night. There was still like packed, and kids and families, and kids were climbing over the front benches. I was like, "Isn't it a school night? Get out of here, kids! Scram!" And then I said, I'm a single. I'm just going to go up to the bar. I go over to the bar. There's not a single seat at the bar. And then the woman was like, "Well, you could get a seat at the high top next to the bar, but there were kids climbing on the high tops, and everything was full." She says, "Oh, they're getting up. They're leaving." I was like, "No." I went up to the front. And there was one single booth open for 4. And I was like, "I'm just single." She goes, "No, nobody else is coming in." So I got in there, and they do these prime steaks. I guess they have a filet mignon is not prime, but they have I guess a big old like ribeye on the bone, like some sort of cowboy steak that I don't even know what it costs. But I got the strip sirloin, and it says prime, and it's this like 1-inch thick thing that is perfectly seasoned. And when
their garlic rolls are great. Their garlic rolls and their chicken parm is great.
I didn't even try to have garlic rolls. I just wanted a steak. And he said, "What do you want on the side?" And because I'm being good, because he's like, "You can have pasta, broccoli, you can have potato." I said, "Just some vegetables." Steamed vegetables.
You just made Defo throw up in his mouth.
Brian, check, please.
But look at me. I'm getting the results. If I'm going to eat like this at the lunchtime, I gotta take some austerity measures at night.
You were going a little heavy. I mean, you were eating
yesterday,
3 giant meals a day, and then going out for dinner.
I mean, after Reno yesterday with his thing here, the steak. I mean, nobody's gonna see it here. I'm gonna post it on the Let's Eat later because I like to give the review exclusives to the Lunchbox.
Oh, I appreciate
it. Look at that thing. That thing
great.
It looks great.
This
is an Italian restaurant, by the way, that he went to get steak. Defo.
Right. Well, because it is now it's a known specialty of theirs that they do it in these cast iron skillet, and nobody can see it. But
so many other things that you've said on the show now come back.
Look at
that.
Look at that interior.
Now that's what.
Look at that interior.
Oh wow, that's rare.
No, I ordered medium rare, and this is actually it's on the rare plus side, which is how I like it.
That's
because it's kind of cold in the middle. But medium rare is supposed to be like that, but it's supposed to be cool in the center.
Medium rare, a little more cooked.
Medium rare should be like, which is fine. I like it like that, but medium rare is that. The outside is medium rare. That's rare.
How do you feel about this? Here's a Let's Eat
$68 for this USDA prime. They said it's prime. I had my, the marbling on it didn't look completely prime, but it was delicious.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this, though? I mean, you order a steak, and I'll order it now, rare plus. Because when you order,
there's the steamed vegetables.
That's pathetic. When you
order
it rare, sometimes it comes out a little bit on the raw side.
Yes,
I love it.
That's my problem with rare.
Okay, if you want it that way, that's fine. But if you wanted it like sort of cooked exactly like that, that's rare plus to me.
That should be rare plus.
How do you feel when the server makes a face when you ask for it rare plus?
Well, I didn't ask for it rare plus. I asked for it medium rare.
But I'm saying if you did.
Oh, if I did, they usually make a face like
they make a face.
Well, they don't know how to do it. That's the problem.
Oh, thank you, Brian. By the way, that lobster roll is fantastic.
That was the best one.
And the pizza is on point. We love Wicked Cheesesteaks.
Thank you for cutting this in advance.
I love that he's cutting it in small bites because
I'm going to take the
Mayo
middle
will
one.
ruin it.
I'm going right in for
Mayo
that middle one.
Protecting Mayo from Mayo. Or he's protecting our viewers from Mayo is what he's doing.
It looks really hot. I'm going to let it cool off for a while.
I
might blow on it for a little bit.
Cheesesteak, what, with pepperoni? Looks
The
fantastic.
cheesesteak with pepperoni and fresh garlic.
for
This
that.
is the Brian.
Me, yeah. All right.
Unless you want to give it
Usually
to Eric.
it has hot peppers, but I'm a wuss
Oh, my
and I don't
God.
like hot peppers. And I know you guys do like
This
hot
thing is as thick
stuff,
as a
so I'll
brick.
let you add it. I know the pepperoni has a little bit of a hot to it.
Wow,
So.
that's good. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
usually not the world's biggest cheesesteak fan.
Well,
but
he doctored it up, which is like your thing.
yeah, and once you get the
Spicy,
little
yeah.
the piquant of the cherry peppers and the again the pepperoni.
But you were
gives it
eating
a-
a sandwich with a fork since when?
yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm classy.
Yeah, right.
Wow. I think you got to let it cool off a little bit and do the bite and see if you can try it. I'm
No.
even willing to sacrifice this piece for the show's content purposes.
For
Yeah,
content
we're
purposes.
going back
as,
to
as
the
delicious as this even smells.
mixed messaging and the hypocrisy again. Yeah, I am the king of hypocrites, but you're like on the one hand saying, "Oh,
always.
so disgusting. How
Mm-hmm.
can you do that?" And then you're like
But
encouraging me to
this is
shovel
one
half
signature
the
thing
thing.
that
He's
you do.
embraced it.
Yeah.
Devo embraced. Devo realized, as gross as it is,
it's gold, Jerry. It's
people
gold.
like it. So
Yeah.
you have to sort of roll.
Well, I'm
with
going to
things
let it
sometimes.
cool off. We might do it.
And it's interesting. I mean, when you can freak out like restaurateurs who have seen everything, right? I mean, Reno's seen everything. If he just could go through those lists of complaints from Yelp writers.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But he had never seen that.
No.
Nothing
he
like
was
that.
definitely
No.
in shock.
Shock and awe.
And it
You
happens every
definitely are
time, man. That's
shocking
what I
enough.
like.
Or actually, shock and jaw. That's my.
Exactly.
It's like the prank that always works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's great.
Um,
Do you want me to save this for you, or are you?
No,
gonna-
no,
I'm going to give
he
him.
has
I'm going to
his.
give Eric some scraps of this one. Well, actually, no. I'm shoveling it down.
No
I
one
hope
wants
so.
your leftovers. Man.
That's true.
I mean, once you slimed a piece of food, we don't want to know about it.
So the other reason I'm a little bit discombobulated today is because my Facebook is glitching, and me, I'm basically married to the group or have the it's at my side. My phone is at my side. Even in my sleep, I sometimes admin
really?
as in my sleep. It's
Do you get
like
stuff all hours over the day? I've never asked you that. Do you get?
it comes in
Like all
every
hours?
Yeah, there's all kinds
People
of
will rant at like 2 a.m.
No, but sometimes it accumulates, and if nobody makes a pass, a sweep through the bin to approve some posts like at 8 or 9 o'clock, it piles up between
Okay.
in the evenings, and
I know
sometimes
some of these people use it
have
as
a couple
vent
of cocktails. But anyway, lately on my phone, not the computer, but on my phone, when you try to set the settings to look at all the posts in chronological order, we just hit new
How many
posts.
do you get about a day? Would you say?
The ones that get approved, we approve about 50 to
No, but
60
I mean,
a day.
how many come in that you have to look?
Oh,
at?
over 100 every
Oh, no
day.
wonder you're Meshuggah.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna back off of our
half of them are
criticism.
for air duct cleaning
You're the
and
bullet.
car detailing, and I have to immediately ban people, who are trying to like sell services that are not even related to food. If you're a restaurateur that's trying to like
You
hype
find
one
a
of
way,
your
yeah.
wine specials or something like that, usually,
Or Tom T. I mean,
Tom T. We
love him. I'm just saying, like, if you,
Well, he can't do straight up from. Again, we
no,
have.
but there's a
it's-
special. There's something going
Oh
on.
yeah, if something special's going on, if there's an anniversary, then we'll do that. But bottom line is, we're looking, and it's not just me; it's Gretchen and some of the
Lisa
other ones.
would like to remind you now. Again, Lisa, he said he's learned because he used to do it on the show, and then later, Lisa would like to remind you you've now had a lobster roll, pizza, cheesesteak, and root beer, and we're
Right.
talking about vegetables.
It's literally. I mentioned this before. Now, Art Donovan used to tell the story about two of the linemen that he was playing with at the Baltimore Colts. Ate like 17 pieces each of fried chicken, and then they got an iced tea and they put 2 saccharins in there.
Yeah, right. I get the
What do you say?
supersized Big Mac meal, large
Exactly.
fries,
A Diet
and a Diet
Coke.
Coke.
And a Diet Coke.
I always find that funny.
No, look, the lobster roll was a very
small,
little
it was
bite
small.
of that, and then
gave us
the
a half a
pizza,
slice of pizza.
half a
You're
slice.
showing
So
reasonable restraint.
portion control. It's
Yeah.
all about the
He
portion
cut that into
control. That's
3,
it.
like which is
And
not
you haven't
always
finished
normal for
that.
you.
I mean,
I haven't even
You haven't
started it.
rushed
I
to
took
eat it.
one little
I'm
forkful
like
of
pounding
it.
this
today.
is delicious. By
I
the
like
way.
missed Wicked. We haven't been here. It feels like in forever. So whenever we come and it's been a while, I like go dive headfirst into the food.
Perfect job of melting the cheese here by Brian. Everything, the whole combination comes off just absolutely in perfect symmetry. If you're looking for a cheesesteak, this is it. Now, what does he call this? It's got a special name.
Brian Sweet or something with his
Wow.
name in it.
It's the Brian special where he jazzes it up.
He adds
And
fresh garlic,
really
and he
nice,
usually puts hot peppers, which you guys probably would have enjoyed. So I'm sorry for ruining that for you. But it's really good, and that pepperoni has a little bit of a kick to it, and it mixes nice with the meat and then the cheese.
nice. And speaking of Philly style and
Put a
weight
couple of
loss
grams of hot
measures,
sauce.
I was in Shenanigans the other night watching Game 1 of the Marlins and had a.
I'm sure you had the dolphin. The mahi
no,
mahi.
actually, I ended up for the first time trying one of his burgers. He calls it the Philly burger.
Oh Jesus!
It's a hamburger that is covered with melted provolone and then the sauteed mushrooms and onions. And then on the side, he brings a jar, like the red hot cherry peppers that I put right all over the top.
Oh, there you go.
It was a fantastic burger, too. And it was, again, in that Pittsburgh Philly cheesesteak style,
Yes,
where
it
you get
feels
the
very
peppers and the
cheesesteaky.
onions
Yeah,
and the
yeah, yeah.
provolone. And,
Yeah.
you know, just I was digging it. And it's a burger I never had over there. And we've had this before, and it's very tasty. And
Really
you think it's time?
Oh, you're gonna do your
Is it time? Is it time for me to shove
Everybody-
this whole thing in
Mike Mayo
one
ladies and
bite?
gentlemen.
And then you got to pick it up from there because
Well,
I can't
talk
talk.
about Delaware. It is a
that's the best
Thursday,
part is
so-
when you just keep going.
I might not be able to breathe. I
It
mean,
is a
yesterday I
Thursday.
really literally
if
almost
we
choked.
lost one of the members of the show,
A short rib sandwich
I know, you
yesterday,
almost
and these
choked.
people are getting up and leaving immediately. Just
I would have rushed out of here long
hide
before this
the
if I
women
were
and
them,
children. I am sorry to disturb you like that, sir. I hope you enjoyed the meal, Brian. This
They're moving to
this
another
might-
Well, they ordered the food at 8, so in Brian's estimation, at least they did that.
What do we call this one? This is a Brian special. Or what? A Brian special. It's
Very
got
good.
yeah,
It was
but you
fantastic.
held the hot peppers
For me,
because
'cause I'm a
for
wuss.
Defo. 'cause,
Well,
yeah.
me, no, Defo
All
likes
right,
it.
here we go.
I'm a wuss.
Spicier
It's
the better.
this one's easy because it's a very spongy.
Well, was
Yeah.
that a crack on old age again? Have you know?
It was, but
I tried to defend
I
you. I did.
mean, like a
Defo is
blind
the one that actually
crack.
likes hot peppers.
Not even
I'm the one that
verified.
doesn't.
I'm ageist. It's
You are an
Yeah,
ageist.
there's something wrong with you. All right, here we go.
Are you really gonna
People,
do the whole
did you see this?
thing? Wow, that's impressive.
This is
Well,
particularly
impressive.
disgusting.
Look at your
Oh
eyes. I
my
love when he
God.
closes his eyes like it's
Joey
pain.
Chestnut style. Again.
You choking is not good, man.
All right.
Like, and you have stomach issues. And I feel weird tying a Delaware chicken farm and seafood market's live spot to what's
Holy
going on
Cross,
next to me.
Holy Cross is across the street. Emergency. Bonnie, dial 911.
all right, guys. The issue here was not the volume of the bite or the texture. It was the temperature.
Hold
It was
your hands
still
up
really
to the-
hot in the middle. And
Show the people your hands right now. Look at you. Look like you changed a diaper. I mean, come on. It's crazy. Your face.
it's amazing we still have sponsors. This is great. I mean,
No,
Brian,
I mean, how can
I love that
anybody?
Brian watched that.
Brian-
Oh, Jesus. I didn't realize Brian,
Brian
stayed
should
for
put that in his TV commercial.
I changed the diaper. It looks like I
Look at
just.
your hands. Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Can we
God.
take another break?
So, anyways, I wanted to talk about
Yeah, go
Delaware
ahead.
Chicken
Louie's
Farm
gonna
and
do the
Seafood
spot.
Market
Yeah.
here, but I feel bad connecting them to whatever the hell just happened next to me. But they've seen it themselves. They actually egg it on too. So another place that we were last Thursday will be in a couple Thursdays that you talk about feeding us like kings and queens. They will feed you like kings and queens
Stone
at Delaware
crab
Chicken
season.
Farm and Seafood Market. It is still Florida lobster season. You can get Maine lobsters. Another thing I love about them is if you call ahead, they will order you and get you a Maine lobster. Another cool thing about them is if you're picking up stuff for home, they'll help coach you, which I really enjoy, but they will also prepare it for you. Like if the brand Zeno, which my wife loves, they will steam it there. They will debone it, fillet it for you. They will do everything there, and they'll get you in and out. That's something that Defo and I noticed really early on was people would park it in. We would talk for like a minute, and they'd be leaving. And this is when they would be slammed, which is pretty cool from a deli counter. You don't usually see that.
They are very,
Efficiency and
very
and
efficient,
proficiency.
and they have their regulars. They probably know their regulars' orders and just put it together. Sometimes you can call in advance, and it's
It's very, it
just
feels
waiting
old
for
school
you.
like that, where everyone knows each other. How are the kids? And it's cool.
It's been there
It feels like a family.
since the 1950s, and this current location since 1962. Owner Doug Carter and his crew did a great job. It's 4191 North State Road 7, right across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Big chicken on the roof.
Yep.
You can't miss it. Just below south of Sterling. And DelawareChicken.com is the website where you go online to check out
Which is smart. They have deals and stuff.
check out the weekly specials,
Yeah.
check out the daily offerings before you go in there. But you're going to want to go in there because that beautiful display case of all the different meats and the poultry and the seafood, the fish, the fresh fish. And again, October 19th, Thursday, I've got it circled with a big red circle on my
You set it
calendar
up before we left last time.
because it's stone crab season starts October 15th. We're going to be in there the first Thursday of stone crab season. and we're going to be sampling the Bounty of the Seas. I might be sampling more than
you pounded
that
it
would
last
be
year.
The word
Defo.
cake came to mind last time.
I couldn't even
I
get
couldn't
going.
believe, because usually I'm a pretty slow, dainty eater, but you give me a platter of stone crabs, and I am rifling through them like
You
an
did
assembly
work.
line worker.
And Gene was teaching us how to crack them.
Yeah, he was trying.
You were smashing
I
my
already
head.
I smashed it on my head last year. Oh man, that was so much fun, and we're gonna do it again October 19th. And better yet, it's to preview the first full weekend of stone crab season, which
like a holiday.
It's
here.
like on my calendar as a holiday. It kind of means that we're almost past hurricane season. You could feel that maybe ever so slightly lessening humidity and a coolness in the breeze this morning on the beach. Breeze was coming in from the east, and it felt like it's almost fall. And that's what stone crab season means, and that's what we get at Delaware starting October 15th. You're going to love it. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Hopefully, Lubie and I can pilfer away a couple of stone crabs before you get started. And stone crab, did you ever scuba dive for free dive?
I can barely float. It's like I'm not going down. I
put
get
a weight
the
belt
bends.
on you and boom, right down there like
you're going to put a air tank on me and stuff? No, thank you. I'm a land-loving Jew. I love... Keep me at a poker table above ground level. I'm happy.
Give you good food.
All right, we're going to come back with more Wicked Cheesesteaks. Fantastic, the Brian special.
Oh man,
that was great.
You know what?
It is just a conundrum of great flavors, and spiked by just a couple of drops of this habanero sauce. Really,
you might
made
not
this fantastic.
You might not realize this, but I actually did taste it on the way down, and it was really good. The only problem is now that the roof of my mouth is hanging. It's like a flapping. But
you can work under stress. There's no doubt about it. All right,
that makes me.
We're going to come back with more from Wicked Cheesesteaks here, Fort Lauderdale. Easy to find. All you have to do is go on Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard on the east side. As Mike Mayo appropriately always says, it is directly across from Holy Cross Hospital. But if I was hospital bound and I was even in intensive care, I would make sure I had a phone handy where I could order and I would get some kind of delivery across.
He would smuggle in some contraband.
On my deathbed, I want one of these Brian specials. So
they're good.
That'd be great. Yeah. All right, back to wrap up the Lunchbox in a moment.
Want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting? Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style. A pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
We're back on the Lunchbox. We're winding up another fun hour, this time at Wicked Cheesesteaks and Pizza and More. They're at 4826 North Federal Highway, right across from Holy Cross Hospital, where I'll be visiting soon. Now, we had another fantastic...
You don't need to go.
Nah. I mean, that Brian's special cheesesteak is great. I would not advise anybody to eat it in the manner that I do.
Style.
And
Question.
now Brian has given us, of course, like any good restaurateur,
Look at that
little sweet piece, a little dessert.
Looks like a carrot
And
cake
you know,
of
for
some
me, I'm trying to
bake their own baked goods.
I'm trying to avoid all the sugars.
Stop,
and,
you don't have to
You can
go
have
through
a
that. Yeah,
bite,
we
you
know
can
the
have
but
a
with
bite.
the cream cheese filling and frosting on it. Yeah, you know what? If you would ask me what are my two least favorite desserts, carrot cake would be in the bottom two, along with coconut cake. I don't like the texture.
What about coconut cream pie?
Coconut cream pie, it depends. I don't like that texture of shredded coconut like you find in a Mounds
I
bar.
like that.
I like the flavor of coconut. Now I've
But
had
nothing like this because this has the shredded carrots.
well, yeah, and again, I'm gonna go in because this is what I do. Is sometimes I eat things that I don't necessarily would say is my favorite, but if it's made well,
It's really nice.
I'm gonna say it's delicious. And
Yeah, it's nice.
Here we go.
It's really good. I don't get carrot cake often, but I do enjoy a nice carrot cake.
I like a carrot cake.
it's delicious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why,
again,
especially
not my style in terms of
cream cheese frosting is like my favorite.
cream cheese is great.
Like I love cream cheese frosting.
Hey, you're gonna go in there? Defo?
I'll get in there. Yeah, go ahead. You guys have at it for a while.
Looks like we got Wizard on the side. Walnuts.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah,
good.
Any
it's
allergies?
nice.
Any
You got
stated
your
allergies?
raisins.
No allergies. Well, Val can have this. This would kill him.
Yeah, the carrot.
So,
Oh my god, yeah, the
carrots. So
Well, take a slice home.
I
Then
think
put some
they're,
chocolate over it.
they're early enough where he's not looking for her demise.
no, the Defo. That
Oh,
is.
you're still going well. Okay, good.
They're not even. They're early
We're
on.
not
This is
at the
fun
marriage
part.
or the.
You're still
I
speaking.
hate you. You hate me.
All right.
Screw you. Hi, babe.
All right.
I
So,
bet you home something that's in the fridge.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
do we have any more live spots to do? We did
No,
mention
we're
Tropical
done.
Acres.
Talk about
Right,
Tropical
that's
Acres,
it. We love Tropical Acres. We love Wicked Cheesesteaks. We, Oh, I got one more Heritage postscript. About a month ago, my mom has a doctor that makes house calls for her. It's a podiatrist.
What year?
Oh, she's a really
Wow.
sweet woman, and she's a foodie, and she always asks me about restaurants
Good
and where
places.
she should check out. And she was looking for an Italian restaurant in Fort Lauderdale. So 6 weeks ago, I gave her the name of
Casa Calabria.
Heritage.
Oh,
And it's
Heritage.
Heritage.
Casa
too.
Calabria is good too. Yeah.
Casa Calabria, we love.
We
But she
just
was
have
looking for
Heritage.
downtown. She
Okay.
wanted somewhere
That
like
area.
near that whole, Flagler Village. And I said, well, Heritage. She hadn't been there. She went, and she just called me now before the show
Oh, yeah.
to tell me she went, and she loved it. So
Well, that's
another
amazing.
How could you
Reno has another fan, and how could you not love it if you're
was
into
great.
the good, innovative,
And
modern
if you're south,
Italian.
obviously we love Casa Calabria as well. As a great,
different type of place.
There's
It's a little different.
so many different Italian restaurants, and each of them has their own distinct style.
Yep.
Casa Calabria, of course, with Chef
Southern
Orlando,
Italian,
he's
Italy.
a classically trained Italian hospitality
Authentic.
school.
And antipasta trays.
that antipasta tray. I mean, and his gnocchi made from ricotta. I mean,
very different.
I would say you got to go to Casa Calabria, check out some of their specialties. You go to Heritage and check out his specialties.
The passion is there.
Yeah.
Both places.
You go. Again, there is no lack of great food in this county.
No doubt.
We've proven every day.
Whether
here
it's
on the show.
high end or even kind of the
This
you
was
go
great
at this
today.
for
Every
a
day,
lunchtime
great food.
sandwich shop.
Yep.
You can't do better. Than
People
this.
are in and out of here quickly too.
Yes.
It's not like
Brian
you're
doesn't mess
stacked
around.
up into the streets here waiting for your
No.
sandwich to be made. Brian is right on
They don't
top.
mess
And
around.
I'm encouraged to see people streaming
Yeah,
in.
they
It's very
mix around.
popular for lunch, and he's on all the delivery apps. And again,
As well he should be.
great option for you if you are looking for an easy night of football viewing
Yep.
or weekend,
Wings, they do it all.
Saturday,
We didn't
Sunday.
have the wings tonight. Dollar wings,
The wings are
are
fantastic.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a good place. We love Brian, and we'll be back here again next month.
month.
We're going to be on a schedule. First Thursday every month is Wicked Thursday
Works for me.
Beautiful.
here on the Lunchbox.
Your mood improved vastly since the beginning of the show. You started
Maybe I
out,
was
Well, they
hangry.
gave him food.
started
That
out on
always
the
helps.
ropes. We were a little
Maybe.
worried. We gave you a standing 8 count. You got some food. Next thing you know, you're ready to go to distance with De La Hoya.
Or
It's great.
maybe the gummy just kicked in. It's all
Could be.
good.
That's
Jesus,
always a
that's
good
fine,
factor
too.
while doing the show.
That works for me.
I can assure you.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow from our usual Friday spot, 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park.
Mhm.
We always look forward to that.
I'm talking about Joe Beja.
It's time for
Great way to end the
another
week.
contest. And speaking of
We
contests,
have to figure out
Brian
his
wanted to get
contest,
in
yeah.
on the contest game, and I think next month we might have something going
Yeah, we'll
because
figure it out.
he is so generous. He wants to cater people's lunches. It's
Wow.
offices
That's
or
a lot.
maybe home parties. He wanted to get some sort of contest going, and we're still figuring out the
We'll
details.
start next
But
month.
by the November appearance next month, he's going to actually be the one picking the name
I mean,
out
you're
of
the
the
king of
hat.
the contest.
So
So I
nobody,
still don't understand your contest on Fridays, but people love it.
it works. It's still going strong, and people still are winning for the first time. So that means there's enough people that are interested and
It's
intrigued.
working. I admit when I was wrong. I still, again, really don't understand the contest,
Yeah.
but
Well,
it works.
last week one of the tiebreakers was who ran against Millard Fillmore. Who the hell knows that?
Well, I kind of liked the tiebreaker last week. I might do that every week because I'm so tired of writing all those
stop
silly
complaining
names on
about
the
it.
slips. And then you say it does look like little fentanyl
It
tabs
does.
or something like that. So
No, it looked like spitballs. Yeah,
spitballs
yeah
in
right there.
second grade class.
Something you would fire at
I
your
would
second
peg
grade.
you
teacher.
as a guy who probably threw a few
100%.
spitballs.
You know what we
Threw-
were big with? My
blew it
favorite
through the straw.
was the rubber cement ball.
Oh, Jesus.
We
What
used
the hell
to
is
use the rubber cement, roll it into a little ball, and then the teacher would walk this way, and you'd fire one behind his ear.
that? Oh, my God.
It's actually how I ended up on the elementary school baseball team.
I think they arrest people. They
I was
arrest
gonna
kids
say,
for
it's
that
like- it's
now.
like a
You know,
assault,
like
yeah.
you tried
Yeah,
that
it was
these
taken in
days.
stride back then.
Especially with a
It
straw.
was a non-violent protest.
There you go.
Back in the day.
All right, we'll be at Gulfstream tomorrow. We got to come up with a restaurant. It was National Taco Day yesterday, so
Oh.
maybe we'll do a
Starting slacking.
Mexican restaurant
There you
for
go.
That's cool.
tomorrow's
There's tons of
show.
them.
I'll look what else is on the food calendar, and Jim Sarney, I'm sure, will let me know.
Yes.
So,
Sonny's on top of his game. He's
that's
probably watching women's collegiate, junior varsity volleyball somewhere.
do they have
And he'll be writing about it.
women's varsity pickleball yet? Are they going to have that as a Title IX?
I'm surprised he hasn't taken the game up, to be honest with you.
All right,
All right,
we'll
get us
see-
out of here, man.
We'll see everybody tomorrow at Gulfstream. For Mike Lubie Lubitz, Jeff Defo DeForest, thanks to the Peanut Gallery for dropping by. Mike Bone Crusher, Cheesesteak Stuffer Mayo saying, enjoy every sandwich.